Okay, we got the Bronco back in here today. We're gonna be starting the lift right now. We got the 4-inch rough country lift kit for this. So this is all the rear stuff we're gonna do today. So we got 4-inch blocks that'll go in the back, new U-bolts and new shocks. And then in the back we got the rest of everything for the lift. We got the new stabilizer shock, the new drop pitman arm, coil springs are in this box, the new big ones, rest of the brackets for everything else, and the new front shocks. So we're gonna start putting the rear on right now. Here she is. We haven't done the front yet, but that gap is huge. Oh my. It looks so goofy. But this is gonna get like a 33-inch tire and some nice wheels. Okay, we're starting the front right now. Already got the sway bar dropped, but the instructions it gives are pretty clear. Certainly, these didn't have 2 shocks up front, but we're taking the shocks off right now. Then we'll take the coil spring out and then. We gotta cut these brackets off, or these rib nuts off, so we can put our new bracket on here for our arm. Okay, so change of plans. We're actually gonna, instead of fighting everything and holding it up, we're gonna set it on the table. But as you can see, we got all this side off. Got the caliper hanging. The only thing that's holding us up right now is the radial, is the arm. I'm about to drop this side. I'm cutting out the rivets right now, so we'll set you guys up. all dropped. We're off our pitman arm and everything. Got our traction beams off, and then now we can go up with the truck, and the whole in theory the whole front end will stay down. Then we can drill our new holes and mount our new brackets and everything and come back down. That way we're not fighting it and trying to move everything at once and all that. Just barely dropped it. Well, we barely got it out. The truck's up. But like our new brackets, we got to go here and over here under the cross member. It'll just make it a lot easier, especially. And then like even we have a new drop pitman arm that we got to put on. That'll be a lot easier to change. I want to give you an update. We got our new drop brackets on. So we had to chisel off the old ones as I showed you, and then install this drop bracket. So this is actually for a 4 and a 6 inch lift. We have 4 inch, so we gotta go to the top hole. So it's a 2 inch difference. And we had to drill our new holes right here on this arm. And then we didn't read the instructions very well, so we accidentally knocked this bracket off, but we're gonna rebolt it on. And we got our new drop bracket right here, same thing. We got 6 and 4, and then we need to drill through this and install 2 new bolts. I'm just leveling it right now because it says to make sure it's perfectly vertical. And then we'll go ahead and drill the holes, and then after that we can install our new bushings on our arms, and then install our new plate, and then we can lower the truck down, reattach the axle. Okay, we got all the brackets, everything mounted up. I'm getting ready to stab this back on, and then that way we can put the I-beams back on, and then it should be good. I just want to show you a little bit better. So they kind of make it confusing in the instructions, but so this bracket drops down, and then you have to, he bolts in these 2 holes, and then you have to drill these 2 holes for this support bracket. Then you put those together, and then we're gonna have to drill a hole for that and do a mounted bolt. And then you have your 4 and 6 inch drop. We put the new pitman arm on. This guy just bolts up, and then you have to drill these 2 holes in this back side right here. And then on the drop arm, the drop bracket for the radius arm, it lines up these 2 holes, and then these front two bolts, you have to drill these 2. You have to drill those 2 holes, and the same thing on the other side. All done. We actually had to suspend the axle up, that's why we got straps on it. New arms on, and new brackets, drop pilots. Now we're ready to throw the coil springs back on and torque everything, and then our shocks, and we can go on the ground. Okay, update, we got everything together for the most part. New coils and shock are in. New radius arm drop, everything's back on. Drop pitman arm. Right now we're gonna put on the new, I'm gonna finish torquing everything. We're gonna put on the new steering stabilizer bracket. And then we gotta do pads and rotors and stuff like that. And we're gonna do some other front end stuff, and then throw the wheels back on and throw it on the ground. All right, it's been a few days. But we've done a lot of work. We did new upper and lower ball joints, new driveline, or new axle U-joints. We did new brake rotors, brake pads. We repacked the wheel hub, nicer, newer 4-wheel drive hub lockers. And then we're gonna rebuild the steering. And obviously a lot of people aren't gonna go this far into it, but this is a pretty big project for a customer. After we rebuild the steering, then we'll put the steering shock back on, and then we'll be ready to get on the ground and see how it looks. Okay, we're pretty much all done with the lift. Got the wheels back on. We're gonna drop it on the ground and see how she looks. The only thing we don't have on is our front sway bar, because we need new bushings, and our steering stabilizer, and then our rear drop brackets for our rear sway bar are still coming. But this is it. coil spring, new shock, drop brackets for everything, new drop pitman arm, and we rebuilt the whole new steering linkage, put all that back together. We did brand new pads and rotors up front, as well as rebuilt the hub assembly. We just did new rear drums and shoes in the back. Got that all done. Got our rear block in, our new U-bolt, our new shocks. So we're gonna drop it on the ground and see how she looks. Here it sits currently. It'll obviously get a bit taller when we get the bigger wheels and tires. But it's sitting pretty good. This is nice. It's not too tall, not too low. And with our new wheels, we should have pretty good fitment for the wheels. It's definitely taller, which obviously it's gonna be taller. It's a 4-inch lift. So we're gonna take on its first drive here in a minute. Just gotta button up a few things. Okay, we're pretty much all the way buttoned up. Just a few things that we have, but we got the steering stabilizer on. So they tell you to, it's different from the Bronco to the F-150 to the F-250 and F-350, but basically you go up around the frame right here with these two drop brackets, and then they say measure 4 inches of piston out, and then just tighten it down and everything. The new hubs on, they look real nice. So let's get her out of here and we'll show you what she looks like outside. Gotta pull outside. She looks pretty good. She's just on rollers right now, but we got some Mickey Street Thompson tires on that are growing on it. We got some old rally style looking wheels. This truck's obviously gonna get a lot more, and we'll have a video for that when it's done too. All the kill mat and everything. But like, comment, and subscribe if you want to see us finish this Bronco. She's getting there pretty close.